Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving deep into a bold and electrifying work of self-empowerment, the Motivation Manifesto by Brendon Burchard. This is not your typical self-help book. It's not filled with checklists or life hacks. Instead, it reads like a declaration, a call to arms for those who are tired of living a life half-lived. In a world numbed by distraction and comfort, Burchard challenges us to rise, to reclaim our personal power, to live with intention, courage, and freedom. Throughout this summary, we'll walk through all 9 declarations of personal power laid out in the book, each one a statement of identity and action. And we'll do it in a way that flows naturally, ideal for your YouTube voiceover. As we go, you'll not only understand the message but feel the energy behind it. Let's begin. The premise: reclaiming personal power. Brendon Burchard opens with an urgent observation. Most people are not living freely. They are not intentionally crafting their lives. Instead, they're reacting. Numbed by comfort, controlled by fear, and silenced by insecurity, they go through the motions. We've become addicted to distraction, shackled by stress, and hesitant to dream boldly. The Motivation Manifesto aims to snap us out of this fog. It's a declaration to reclaim our birthright, personal freedom. Freedom from fear. Freedom from the opinions of others. Freedom from the tyranny of small, meaningless tasks. But that freedom must be earned. It requires courage, discipline, and the refusal to settle. Burchard isn't asking us to be perfect. He's asking us to be awake, to live consciously, bravely, and deliberately. That's where motivation truly lives. Not in hype, but in clarity and commitment. From here, he lays out 9 declarations. Each one is a chapter, a challenge, and a personal revolution. Declaration 1: we shall meet life with full presence and power. The first declaration is about showing up. Entirely. Not just physically but mentally and emotionally. Too many people walk through life half-present, distracted by the past, worried about the future, or numbed by routine. Full presence means engaging with the moment as if it truly matters. Because it does. Every moment you are fully alive, you gain power. You become intentional. You access clarity. Burchard argues that presence is the foundation of power. Without it, you drift. With it, you direct. But presence isn't a passive state. It requires energy. It demands that you manage your thoughts, your body, and your focus. It means waking up each day and deciding to participate fully in your own life. To be deliberate with your time, attentive with your relationships, and powerful in your purpose. When you bring your full presence to a moment, the moment expands. And so do you. Declaration 2: we shall reclaim our agenda. This chapter is a fierce stand against distraction and obligation. In today's world, everyone wants a piece of your attention. Notifications, emails, meetings, to-do lists, they pull at you constantly. And unless you reclaim control of your time, your life will be run by other people's priorities. Burchard reminds us that a meaningful life isn't created by chance, it's built by design. And that design begins with clarity of purpose. You must know what matters to you, what drives you, what you stand for. Then you must protect your time like it's sacred, because it is. Time is life. And wasting it on things that don't align with your purpose is not just inefficient, it's a spiritual crime. Reclaiming your agenda means saying no more often. It means scheduling your most important work first. It means being ruthless about distraction and generous with your attention only to what uplifts and empowers your goals. When you control your agenda, you reclaim your life. Declaration 3: we shall defeat our demons. Everyone has demons. They come in many forms: fear, doubt, insecurity, procrastination, guilt. These internal enemies are the true thieves of freedom. They whisper lies that keep you small. They plant seeds of hesitation. They feed on your failures and disguise themselves as rational thought. Burchard insists that we stop negotiating with our demons. Stop giving them airtime. The only way to defeat fear is to face it, to shine light into the darkness. He encourages us to name our demons, expose their false logic, and replace them with empowering truths. But defeating demons also requires action. When you act in the face of fear, you reclaim power. You prove to yourself that you are bigger than your limitations. You stop waiting for permission and start claiming your right to thrive. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward anyway. And every time you defeat a demon, you strengthen your identity as someone who is brave, capable, and free. Declaration 4: we shall advance with abandon. This is the chapter of boldness. Burchard challenges us to move forward in life not with hesitation, but with abandon. With full belief, full effort, full heart. Too often we hold back. We test the waters. We wait for certainty. But greatness doesn't come from hesitation. It comes from wholeheartedness. To advance with abandon means trusting yourself. It means pouring your energy into your mission without waiting for guarantees. It means choosing progress over perfection, movement over meditation. There is a time for reflection, yes, but there is also a time for motion, for leaping before you're fully ready, for believing in something greater than your fear. Burchard calls on us to embrace the momentum mindset, the idea that motion itself creates clarity and confidence. You don't have to know everything to begin. Just begin. Leap with courage. Sprint with faith. Advance with abandon. Declaration 5. We shall practice joy and gratitude. This chapter is a reminder that happiness is not a reward, it is a habit. Too many of us postpone joy, believing we'll earn it once we achieve more, solve every problem, or become a different person. But Burchard urges us to understand that joy is available now, in this very moment, and it must be practiced deliberately. He writes that those who live vibrant, free lives have chosen joy. Not because their lives are perfect, but because they refuse to allow circumstances to dictate their emotional state. Practicing joy means finding beauty in the ordinary. It means smiling without a reason, laughing without permission, and appreciating the simple moments of life. It also means embracing gratitude, not as a fleeting feeling but as a foundation for all motivation. Gratitude grounds you. It reminds you of what is good. It reminds you that you already have so much. And in that energy of enoughness, you are free to pursue your dreams without desperation or resentment. To live motivated, you must feel alive. And aliveness begins with joy. Not just joy when things go right, but joy that is chosen, cultivated, and shared. In this way, joy becomes not just an emotion, but a leadership choice. Declaration 6. We shall not break integrity. Integrity is the glue of character. Without it, motivation becomes manipulation and freedom turns into chaos. In this powerful chapter, Burchard reminds us that integrity is not simply telling the truth, it's living in alignment with your deepest values. It means keeping promises to yourself and others. It means making choices that honor your soul even when no one is watching. He warns that when we break integrity, we feel fractured inside. We lose trust in ourselves. And that loss of self-trust is one of the greatest enemies of sustained motivation. How can you pursue a vision with strength if you don't believe your own word? To live with integrity, you must be willing to ask hard questions. Are you living your truth? Are your daily actions aligned with the person you say you want to be? Are you compromising your values to please others or avoid discomfort? These questions may sting, but they are the beginning of liberation. Because the more aligned your inner and outer life becomes, the more energy, clarity, and motivation you gain. Integrity also means consistency, not perfection but a commitment to return to your path, again and again even after setbacks. This builds self-respect. And from self-respect, true confidence is born. Declaration 7. We shall be strong. Strength in this context is not about physical power, it is about emotional resilience and spiritual fortitude. Burchard declares that to live a truly free and motivated life, you must be strong enough to endure the trials of growth. Life will test you. It will disappoint you, pressure you, and sometimes try to break you. But if you can hold firm, keep your heart open, and continue moving forward, you will emerge stronger. Being strong means choosing discipline over distraction. It means saying no to short-term pleasures in favor of long-term fulfillment. It means choosing forgiveness over bitterness, love over fear, and responsibility over blame. It's about doing what is right, not what is easy. Burchard also explains that strength comes from meaning. When your cause is greater than your comfort, you find a power you didn't know you had. You fight for your dream, your family, your truth, not because it's easy but because it matters. And from that conviction comes courage. The kind of courage that doesn't shout but endures. Quietly. Consistently. Powerfully. Declaration 8. We shall not be victims. One of the most powerful chapters in the entire book, this declaration is a bold rejection of the victim mindset. Burchard does not deny that life can be unfair, painful, or cruel. But he insists that even in the face of hardship, we always retain one freedom, the freedom to choose our response. Victimhood, he says, is seductive. It gives us a false sense of control, a justification for our pain, and a shield from responsibility. But it also steals our power. When we blame others or the world for our situation, we hand over the keys to our freedom. To live as a creator, not a victim, means reclaiming responsibility. It means choosing to see yourself not as someone life happens to, but as someone who shapes life. The shift changes everything. Your energy rises. Your decisions sharpen. You stop waiting for someone to save you and become your own solution. Burchard also challenges us to release old grievances. Yes, we may have been hurt. Yes, others may have failed us. But if we carry that pain indefinitely, we prolong our own suffering. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is liberation. And with that liberation comes a surge of creative energy. Living free means owning your life fully. Especially the parts that scare you. Especially the parts you once gave away. No one can take your power unless you surrender it. This chapter dares you to take it back. Declaration 9, we shall rise to challenges. Finally, Burchard brings us to the culmination of personal power, the ability to rise. Life will challenge you. You can count on it. But the question is not whether adversity will come, it's how you will meet it. Will you shrink, complain, retreat? Or will you rise? This declaration is a call to greatness. It asks you to stop running from hard things and start embracing them as opportunities to grow. The challenges you face are not curses, they are callings. Invitations to level up, to become more than you were yesterday. Burchard explains that motivation doesn't come from avoiding hardship. It comes from stepping into the fire, knowing you have what it takes to walk through it. He encourages us to adopt the mindset of the warrior, focused, courageous, disciplined. Not cold, but fiercely committed. To rise to challenges also means surrounding yourself with people who believe in you. It means feeding your mind with inspiration and feeding your soul with meaning. When your days are fueled by purpose, no obstacle can hold you back for long. You may stumble, but you will rise. Again and again. Conclusion. A manifesto for the motivated. The Motivation Manifesto is more than a book, it's a declaration. A manifesto is not something you whisper. It is something you declare boldly, live openly, and fight for daily. Burchard is not asking us to be perfect. He's asking us to be awake. To live with fire, freedom, and fierce intention. Every chapter of this book is a mirror. It shows you who you are now and dares you to step into who you could be. It asks you to stop hiding, stop delaying, and stop settling. It invites you to rise, to speak your truth, and to move through life not as a victim of circumstance but as a force of nature. So what will you do with that invitation? Will you reclaim your agenda? Defeat your demons? Advance with abandon? Will you choose joy, integrity, strength? Will you rise? The choice is yours. The time is now. The giant within you is already awake, waiting for you to take the first step. Thank you for listening. If you found this voiceover-style summary helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a spark. Until next time, stay powerful.